episode 32. Getting some last minute preparations for the show going, pulling up some tabs, some topics to talk about. Couple trades in the MLB yesterday.
Hi.
Yankees with a good one, Mets with a good one as well. Hey, stop kicking my chair. I got my, oh boy, everything's falling apart over here. I got my daughter here and my youngest son hanging with me. Right, you just knocked down my fan, honey. Damn it.
This is gonna be a good one. This is gonna be a good one, yo.
Oh, hey. Thanks for stopping by. Epis Radio's about to begin. Keep showing up. And until next time. See you soon. You ready to go switch on? Oh, hey. Thanks for stopping by.
What do you say?
Epis Radio's about to begin. Keep showing up. And until next time. See you soon. What's going on, everybody? Good morning. It's Saturday morning, Epis. Thank you for joining us. Today's episode 32. If you're watching in post, we appreciate you as well. Listen, before we start the show, as always, please like, follow, and subscribe. All right, keep the notifications up. So that way you get notified when we go live and, when we're dropping anything, any new shorts, videos, whatever, what have you. All right, just keep supporting, keep showing up. We appreciate you. Got my son here with me today. My daughter's going to probably make an appearance. I got my boy W. Dubois hanging in the wings. Let's get it going, people. There's a lot to talk about. It's been a hell of a week. Epis Sports Radio. Keep showing up.
Wake up! You can't remember where it was. Has this dream stopped?
Make sure.
Broadcasting from the capital of sports, it's the Matty B Show. Right here on Epis Sports Radio. Matty B. On Epis Sports Radio.
Swung on and into the air. To deep right center. That ball is high. That is far. It is gone.
Epis Sports Radio.
Very deep is right. Hits one deep to left field. Headley back near the wall. It's out of here. And that's with the ball game. A 60-point game for Cody Burns. It's up by 3. It's over. Eric Decker holds it in. The Jets win in overtime.
Epis Sports Radio. Epis Sports Radio. Are you ready? Coffee Joseph. Ready, B.
Yo, Matty B.
What's going on, everybody? It's your boy, Matty B, Epis Sports Radio. I got my new co-host here, my son, Charlie Hammer Joseph.
Oh, I'm out of a job.
I got
Charlie.
Dub's out of a job. Dub, we got to get more lighting on that beautiful face of yours, bro. You're a little
What
too dark.
do you want me to do in here? What
I
do you
don't
want me to
know.
do in here?
I don't know. We got to
want me-
figure it out, bro. I don't know. Because listen, you're a little dark right now. I'm sorry. That
I'm dark red.
beautiful melanin, is not working with the
What are you
lighting
gonna
scenario.
do? What do you want me to do, man?
And then, look, you're even more out of it now because I got my other co-host here.
Is that? Oh yeah, she's gonna steal the show for real. How is it now?
No, these are my headphones. Daddy's gotta listen to W. Okay, you say hello though. Hello, and say hello to everybody else on this beautiful Saturday morning. It's looking better. Looking better there a little bit, but
all I gotta say, God is gonna move the sun. I don't want to move the whole system.
Well, yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
I mean, I like the background lighting of it, but you need a little bit like a direct light. You need a direct light on the face. Like if you had like a desk light on the face, it'd be good. It's all right. We'll deal with it now.
I might be able to. I can't pull something off.
Mother Nature will figure it out and improve that lighting as the morning goes.
Yeah, I don't have an outlet close enough to get the lamp over here.
It's all right.
And then the extension cord would be a whole thing.
Too late for that nonsense. Anyway, everybody, good morning. How are you doing? All right. Excuse you, Joseph. You all right?
We're usually not on at this time, Matty B. Like I said. We got Mother Nature got us on this angle, We had a couple of Sunday shows, but they start a little later, like 10:30, 11.
Yes. No, it's all good. Absolutely. It doesn't matter.
It's a little early. Early as it gets really fast.
Yeah, obviously the plan for us was to go and stream last night, do a little Friday night Epis. Sorry, folks. I was being an old man. I was like, you know what? I'm tired, man. I just, I wanted to just curl up on my couch, watch a little movie. That's exactly what I did, and I even fell asleep to that movie. I was trying to watch. Not really. I finished it. It was the new Adam Sandler movie, Happy Gilmore 2. All right, I do have a bit of a review on it. I'll give my take on it a little bit, being that it's sports related. It had a lot of big time sports fans in it. A lot of big sports members in it, athletes. Bryson DeChambeau was in there, Rory, Scotty Scheffler, a lot of big guys. A lot of big names across the Eminem was in it. I believe Curry was in there too. I believe it's a little fuzzy. I think Curry was in there at some point.
Scotty Scheffler, man.
Yeah, Scotty Scheffler. That was good, man. That whole cast of characters they had for that, the whole premise of the episode, spoiler alert, it kind of was relatable to the whole live golf situation and the PGA Tour. It was basically a play on that, which I found interesting because here in the movie, Shooter McGavin, the old enemy of Adam Sandler, is coaching Rory McIlroy, Bryson DeChambeau, Scotty Scheffler, and then Happy Gilmore, Adam Sandler. They're building a team to go up against this new revamped league, basically AKA Live Golf. And, they're like constructed to like take it down and like, beat the cast of players that they recruited to, take over, the PGA Tour, right? Right, so I forget what it was called. It was like Maxim something like that. It's a weird name. But, it was pretty good. Overall, I got to rewatch the ending a little bit because it was a little fuzzy. I was falling asleep. I was like in and out of sleep, fighting my sleep on the couch there. But I did, watch the very end. I know exactly, what happens in the end. I'm not a fan of how they started out the movie. It kind of went like really dark, really quick. I wasn't expecting that. Again, spoiler alert.
Ask out, Maddie.
They kill off his wife. And
see, Maddie, you're already giving out spoilers and you passed out on the flick, like a slab of meat on the butcher's table.
What do you mean? I didn't pass out. Like I watched the movie, bro. But like I watched the whole movie. Nah, the end was blurry. You know what I'm saying? Like I was freaking getting, towards the end, I was like, passing out a little bit. I was in and out of sleep. But I got, the gist of it. It's an Adam Sandler flick. It's not like you miss like a couple of minutes. You miss a couple of minutes, you're not gonna miss the whole freaking movie. That John Daly was in it. John Daly was in it big time. It was a lot of guys. There was almost too much people in this movie, honestly. Like, there's a lot of comedians in it. It was just, it almost seemed excessive. It was like, all right, like, it's a little too much. But I will say everybody really did play their role well. Like, it didn't seem like anybody was out of place. It kind of all fit. They made it work. They paid a lot of tribute to the old movie, of course, as expected. So a lot of it was similar in a lot of ways, But I didn't like the way they killed off his wife. I think that was a shit storyline, like it really and it was right off the bat, like in the first 5 minutes. I'm saying, like, it's kind of wild. And then, like, he loses everything, he becomes like a drunk. It's like this whole thing. I wasn't crazy with the storyline. It lacked creativity, which is something that I think is arguable in a lot of Adam Sandler movies over the last.
I'll be honest,
decade,
I haven't really been a big Adam. I'm not gonna run out and say I've seen Happy Gilmore.
Okay, yeah. I love Adam Sandler. I love a lot of the old stuff.
Right. I get it. Yeah, he's a funny guy. He's funny.
But
the movies are not my cup of tea.
Yeah, they're not for everybody. They're not for everybody. Like, it's very childish humor. It's very, just, how can I put it?
I respect his niche and his craft and everything, his role.
It's awfully...
it sounds like one of the movies, though, where they just put that, where it's a sequel and they wait for it so long and it's so anticipated that they just throw a bunch of familiar faces in it, so you can be like, oh. And then the older people are asking the younger people, who is that? Because they know it's somebody, but they don't know who it is. So so the plot didn't really fucking matter. Huh? They made the movie, and I didn't know those people were in it. That's what they're aiming for, probably. Right. It kind of sucks as the person who wants to consume it, wants the viewer.
I agree. I think they really tried to cater to just getting maybe the younger viewer, the younger fan, and like bringing all these relevant people.
Knowing that you were gonna watch it.
Yeah. Well, I was gonna watch it
you're already
regardless.
Because you're a big fan of the original, so you're already in.
Yeah.
So
but
they're doing
it didn't need all the celebrity to.
Nobody 21 years old. Happy Gilmore. Probably ran into it. 24, you're 23 years old. You might have ran into it in your time. Might not have.
Yeah.
But you're not anticipating part 2, even if you like it.
No, yeah.
It doesn't have that feel for you, for someone who watched it when they were 13 or whatever, 12 or 19 when it came out.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So they have to market it towards that age group because you already in. Fuck Maddie. He's coming anyway.
Right. That's a great point, honestly. Yeah. And they have to cater to that age group, like you said, and one way to do that, one easy way to do that, a less creative way to do that is, bring in a lot of celebrity, Now, again, like, if the main focus is a lot of the golf celebrities.
It's like a cheap pop,
It is for sure, but...
It works.
It does work, I mean, and we've seen that. That's been a trend in Adam Sandler movies last, couple of years. He's brought in a lot of celebrity, and guys are so willing to come on and do it because they
remember when the Waynes was a Scary Movie. They had a Scary Movie 1 and 2. Those were off the rocker,
right?
And then they had their contract situation. They didn't end up doing the next one. They were done with the franchise. They never run another one. They ended up doing 6 of them, but I'm talking about the production,
right?
The Scary Movie team,
right?
But the Waynes are out. And part 3, they're gonna do a movie, and the Waynes are out, and people know that, and people are like,
Yeah.
But they're gonna do part 3. So what did they do? They just put a bunch of familiar faces, and they just mashed them together, and it was a shitty movie.
Right.
Yeah, it was a shitty movie, but it did what it did, and people came. The box office, I'm sure if we go look it up, it did its numbers. It probably got more than it paid for. So
if I would have to rate it, 0 out of 10. I'd probably, give it a 5. Like,
give it a 5. 5 is average.
Yeah, it's average, and honestly, like, I'm bumping it up there because of the celebrity cameos and
so you kind of go fall and play around with that too. Like,
I'm a little like. It was okay. Again, I like.
You watched it by yourself?
I watched it by myself. You know,
Maybe you should have watched it. If you'd watched it with your wife or with someone else.
I'm gonna do a rewatch with her. I'm gonna do because she wants to watch it, so I'll do a rewatch.
Yeah, you should have watched it. I wish you would have watched the first time with Dorothy.
Maybe I'll be a little less sleepy too, you know, because I was pretty tired last night, you know. But I was in it in like the first 3/4 of the movie. I was in it. Then it was like towards the end, I'm like, all right, you know, I was just falling asleep. You know, I was tired. So I was fighting my sleep and I wasn't as engaged. But again, you know, so I'll give it a rewatch. Maybe, you know, I up that rating. I just can't see it, though. I like the whole premise. And it was weird, too, because, you know, Bryson DeChambeau is a live golf guy. And you got, you got Rory, who's not. But here they are in the movie teaming up to go up against that new league, that new live golf league. And, like, it's kind of interesting that Bryson, like, agreed to that, like, type of plot, because he's, you know, he's considered the enemy on a lot of that side. You know, you got Scotty there as well.
But look what Bryson is. He's a live guy, and the live guys are underneath a mercenary umbrella. Like they're mercs.
Yeah,
so
you're
get
right.
paid to
You're
do
right.
it.
Exactly.
Bryson,
So,
that's what he told Rory. Yo, baby, listen, look at my house, brother. Look what I got, brother. You mad at me, bro? Come on, bro. Look at my car, bro. And you're gonna see his, and I was your boy before. You mad? He took that bread. You look, yo, motherfucker, you right, motherfucker. You my boy. Look at that motherfucking Ferrari. You know what I mean? Like, what did they do, yo, bro? What did they do wrong?
I'm
like
not,
at the
I'm
end of
not
the day,
a fan of it. I'm not a fan of the whole.
I know.
Especially because of where
because it ruined something.
The money
table that you liked, you know, and it was yours. Your entertainment. I get it.
I think
the
morally,
money,
I think
guys,
morally, a little bit. Morally, like where that
with
league
the,
is
with
funded.
the people that they're working with.
Yes, that's what I mean.
I mean, are these the worst people on earth, though?
I don't know.
You know, those people are going to the tournament. You know, I mean,
yeah,
it's perspectives, I suppose. Yo, I mean, I'm America true, but nowadays, I think it's just like I don't want to dive too deep into it, but it's like we're getting told everything we learned is bullshit, and it's kind of sucks. But we have to pretty much admit it.
Yeah,
like. You know, and that's what's happening to Rory McIlroy, watching it happen around him. He's like, no, I'm not going over there. We're not supposed to. Those people, aren't those the people who took down the towers? You told us Rory's not even American, but it doesn't matter. He's American. He's American. He's from here. He lives here. But, you know what I'm saying? Bro, I just can't be mad at Bryson and Lefty Mickelson and those guys. I just can't, bro. You know, but, I don't know. I think it's a story that's gonna keep having legs, and it doesn't stop here. There's gonna be more to it.
What's up, Maddie? Yes. Of course I remember you, Maddie. How you doing? Good morning. Thank you for showing up. How's everything? You know, how's your Saturday morning treating you? I hope you had a wonderful week. Thank you for stopping by. We're talking a little sports today. Yeah, Maddie. I don't forget my people, Maddie. Oh, it's okay. We got almost 20,000. It's Maddie. Maddie Lama showed up over.
Maddie Lama. There's a lot of Maddies out
Maddie
here.
Lama showed up around Mental Health Mondays last week, so we talked for a little bit. A new follower of the channel. So, yes, Maddie,
awesome.
Thank you for showing up. Listen, we got 20,000 strong on YouTube, but I remember my peoples that show up in the live. All right, so you know, don't forget, keep showing up. We're talking a little sports this morning. All right, we got to dive into it. Some trades happened yesterday, Dub. I would love to hear your take on it. We haven't really gotten to talk. Both of our teams, the Mets and the Yankees, both make a trade. Both positive in their own right. I love the trade for the Mets, getting the lefty specialist Soto. Couldn't love it anymore. It hasn't been really effective against the right-handed batter this year, but they get him coming over from the Orioles, Mr. Gregory Soto. All right, Mets give up a Wellington, that's what I call my cat, Wellington Aracena, number 19 prospect, and Cameron Foster, who is just, a minor league player that, has no potential at really reaching our level, a right-handed pitcher. Good trade for the Mets. This guy's ERA is good against lefties. Really good. Really dominant. So I primarily lefty specialist, and it's a need for them. I think it's a good move either way. They didn't give up too much for him, so I'll take it there. Yankees, on the other hand, they go for a defensive need, and, good job on them. Not a move that is quite celebrated amongst the fan base.
He's got a lot of little pop. I need a little Colorado pop, but he got some pop in the bat.
He's got no pop, bro. OPS in the 700s in Colorado? Come on, pop. That ain't no pop indeed, bro. That's terrible for Colorado. All right, Maddie, we talk about all sports on here. We like to talk about a little everything. When we're not doing the Mental Mondays, we talk a little news, politics, sports. It's mainly a sports show, but we like to dive deep into whatever's going on in the world. All right, but primarily we try to keep it sports related. So we're talking about some baseball right now.
When they traded for LeMahieu from Colorado years ago, he didn't have the power pop. He was a batting average guy. He could hit, he made contact. McMahon does a little bit of that.
What's the matter, Charlie?
He makes contact.
Let me see your face, Dubby. So Ryan McMahon traded from the Rockies.
I'm looking at some stuff over here.
Traded from the Rockies for pitching prospects Griffin Herring and Josh Gross. Now, Griffin Herring...
McMahon's got 16 home runs. That's pop. What are you talking about?
No, that's not good pop, bro. Not for...
16 home runs?
It's the OPS, bro. Yeah, but he's an all or nothing. He's an all or nothing hitter, and he's in Colorado, so those numbers are not expected to be respectable in that sense. That's the point. You're dealing with an OPS.
I'm familiar with the player.
He's not brought over here for offense, so I don't. It's not an argument to be made. He's a primary defensive guy.
All right, but he's hit 20 home runs every year in his career, and since 2021.
Okay, that has nothing to do with my argument. It's not. He's not.
I'm just saying he has a little pop. He's not. He's not Ray Ordonez.
But that's the problem amongst the fan base right now. Is the criticism is that this guy's not a big home run hitter. Yeah. No, I'm just saying.
I know. I see what you 22 home run guy.
You know what I'm saying? And I don't know why the fan base is like. Meanwhile, you guys are averaging 2 errors a game. Even last night, again, another 2 errors in a terrible.
But you know what I'm saying? No. So we could balance out the fact that he was in Colorado and you give him a little bit of edge is something that I can't argue in his behalf. But on the flip side of it, he's a lefty hitter. He's got the short porch now.
Yeah.
So, maybe, we can get a little equivalent right there where it shouldn't, where he has that advantage now. Because Colorado is more right-handed. But,
not necessarily, man. There's power to right as well, in Colorado.
But see, with that altitude, is a beautiful thing. That short porch is a beautiful thing.
Sure, for sure. But again, it's not. He is not here for offense. I mean, what is he batting average-wise? Ryan McMahon.
220.
Exactly. So, and that's not good. It's not good at all. Let's not act like that is remotely good.
Those who have Yankee fans
actually, it's 217, which is even worse.
That'll have Yankee fans complaining on Wednesday mornings when he's 0 for 4 and they lose.
It can spiral completely out of hand for you guys.
They want it. I ain't gonna say they.
Bro.
We'd rather have had Eugenio Suarez. But when I heard the McMahon deal, I was like, oh, okay. Who has Suarez got traded yet?
No, Suarez has not been moved. And you could kiss that goodbye for the Yankees now. Now they got McMahon. So, obviously that was the sexy move. But I don't know if it was ever realistic. They probably inquired about him. I don't know if they want to give up Suarez. I don't know if Suarez is tradable.
I've been listening to a lot of the New York sports radio this week, a couple of hours I put in this week on it. They're ready for to get Cashman again. They're coming out. They're looking for him. And honestly, it's a thing I haven't done, and I'm trying to get more back into it. But listening to some of the lineup, but regardless of the New York local lineup, but regardless, the fans. I'm talking about the fans. They're talking about, and Cashman's had a little bit of a break. a little bit last year, but they wouldn't blame him. They played against this juggernaut. Anyone realistically we knew, but they're starting to come for him again. I don't have really. I used to want him out, and then he stuck around for so long that I just resigned myself to say, all right, this is what it is. Him and Boone. So I'm there. I don't even think about him and Boone being gone.
Well,
because
I
it's
mean, the realistic,
staple.
yeah, the realistic, the reality of it.
It's
is
my
that
coat.
He's
I'm
not
not saying
going to
right
be
or wrong.
moved. Neither of them are going to be moved.
Right.
Cashman just signed that extension.
So we're on the same. We're
Yeah.
on the same wavelength.
No,
with that.
At this point,
I
I mean,
don't
this
even-
guy's had the full autonomy. I mean,
Right.
it's crazy.
He's pretty much the boss.
Right.
Like it's like the boss say, "Go ahead, I'm gonna be over here. If anything happens, call me, but I ain't worried about it. Go ahead."
I was gonna say.
But and I've said this to you. Go ahead. You're gonna say what?
No, about just Ryan McMahon. Like the biggest year that he's had average wise was 254 back in 21. 151 games played, and that's a full season. The one thing, he does show pretty much he has played a full season every year, like especially for the last 4 years. So he's Mr. Reliable. He's gonna go out there, play 150 games every year. Defensively, should be an upgrade right now with what you got, right?
He's elite at third and second, man.
Right. So that's what you're getting him for. You're not getting him for his offense. He's not gonna, he's not gonna hit north of 250. And right now, I mean, he's 2 weeks away from
He is what
being below the Mendoza line, which is also not good. But
offensively, if Mayhew was giving you what he gave, Mayhew would have been designated for assignment. If he's doing what McMahon's doing right now, 217, 617, whatever home runs and 30 whatever RBIs.
Right.
If Mayhew was giving them that, they wouldn't even trick. They couldn't even get that from DJ. So he's pretty much the replacement. So they don't really get the big bat. They don't really get. And when is the deadline, Matt? This week?
check that for you. Yeah, it's coming up.
Yeah, the wasn't good.
So it is like this is it. This is definitely, crunch time for the leagues. Yeah, Thursday, 6 p.m., July 31st. So you got 5 days left. This is it. The moves need to be made now. For the Yankees, a big need. I don't know. I still think you should try and maybe upgrade at shortstop. I know they're riding with Volpe. I don't agree with it. I think, you should put some pressure on him. I was talking with a Yankee friend of mine at work, and, it's, I think, potentially bringing in some competition for the young man. I think putting him down in the minors would have been the move a long time ago. You waited too long to do that. Should have put him down, maybe shake him up. Kind of like the Mets have done with Francisco, they did it with Mauricio, they did it with Beatty, they did it with Vientos. Kind of like put a little pressure, send him back to the minors, let him work on some shit, come back, do your thing. I think they missed that opportunity with him. But they still can make a move. It doesn't have to be a super sexy move. Just bring in somebody. Because, listen, he's not producing as well. The errors-wise, he's atrocious. And, so it's not going to take much to be a slight upgrade here. Or at the very least, shake things up a little bit. Because you kind of need to do something. Again, their big need is not offensively for the Yankees. It's primarily defense. That's why I like this move for Ryan. But does Ryan's offense kind of negate that, hurt you? Probably not, If anything, it should help in the field. But now they need to address the pitching. The pitching is a big need here. You need, they could definitely, everybody needs pitching. Every team out there now, they need pitching. But
when you look at numbers and you look at a guy like Ben Rice numbers, and they're not phenomenal, but everyone loves him.
Yeah.
It's just interesting.
Well, I heard also the argument with the Yankee lineup is that I think a lot of the focus about Volpe is because the rest of the lineup is fine. But that's the thing. That's my point. Well, he's not developing. Stop. You can't make that argument anymore. He's really been faltering, bro, for like a while now.
This is his second year.
He's faltering. He's not showing any signs. You know what I'm saying? He's had small little spurts, bro, but he's not. And then the massive decline in defense this year. I know Boone.
That's the problem, yo.
You know,
is the problem.
Right.
That's the problem, bro.
Yeah.
Because now I can't. When you have a problem defensively, a young player, forget about it. You got to get him out of it.
Well, that's
It
the
don't
thing.
even matter
Yeah.
if it's baseball. Because if you're letting they're scoring runs on us because you can't make routine throws,
Yeah.
and et cetera. You know,
I mean, bro, he's tied for the league lead in errors.
If
You know what I mean?
The bat wouldn't be a problem with
Right.
anyone if his defense was good, was above average.
Right.
I would be able to shut you down. I'd be like, yo, shut up, man. This is a young shortstop. He plays phenomenal defense. The bat's gonna come along, and you wouldn't be able to say anything to me.
I
But
would, maybe not right now, but I will. I mean, look, you know, like,
I don't know.
I came in. Now, this is his third year, by the way. This is not second year, so his third year. You forget that he came in 2023, and he played 159 games. He's been Mr. Reliable. He pretty much plays all the time. 209 in the first year. All right, rookie year, whatever. 60 RBIs despite batting 209. 113 hits. Much better defensively, obviously, than, huge uptick in the numbers, but not, I mean, it's huge considering 209. Yes, Charlie? You all right there, sir? 243 in 2024, and now, obviously, 102 games in, and he's batting 214, tied the league for 13 errors, American League. I don't know if somebody in National League's got more. I'll check that. But and it's interesting. It looks like he's gonna, have the most RBIs this year, probably because that lineup around him is so damn good. So he's gonna improve in some ways in the numbers. But those, defensively, when you're batting 214, bro, and you're tied for the league in errors, it's hard to really make that argument. And now this is the third year, and you're seeing a huge drop. Not only defensively, but offensively. I mean, that's nearly a 30-point drop. Now, there's still time. You still have, he'll probably play, 58 more games, something like that. It's 100. They played 102. So, only 60 more to go. Exactly 60 more to go for the Yankees this year.
He had more stolen bases at least, He doesn't even have that. And he has a lot of speed. He's athletic.
But I think that comes with the average, and he's not getting on. He's not getting on. He's
He's got 78 hits.
Yeah.
Like 50 of them were singles, I imagine. Like 40, 50,
Right.
Man.
Yeah.
He walks. He does 10 stolen bases. He tied for the team lead.
I would,
but the team doesn't run.
I would agree with you a little bit more if it was the second year with them. Like, all right, it's only the second year.
Right. Nah, I didn't say anything when you said third league. I had to eat that one.
Yeah. No, I know it's all right.
Yeah,
but you know what I mean?
Like, the sophomore year, it's a second year. Get out.
Right. I agree with you. But now it's junior year. Now it's like, okay, if you're not starting to see those signs, and then because of that massive drop, the defense. I mean, it's killing him. You see it, bro.
It's killing him, bro. Baseball, you're a shortstop, bro. He's a shortstop. Nothing to talk about.
It's been like a compound effect with the Yankees. Like
shortstop and catcher, you cannot be.
And you see Goldschmidt throwing one away. You see Goldschmidt throwing away, and he's not normally bad.
And when you have a great shortstop, it gives the other. You have a good shortstop, like as you should, a solid shortstop. Mm-hmm. It makes the whole infield. It makes them all better.
Yeah.
So you start seeing. Yeah, when the shortstop's shaky, everyone is a little bit worse.
It all kind of falls apart a little bit. Right. Listen, after the loss last night, Yankees drop 1 to the Phillies. Now sitting 9 games over 500, 5.5 back. Of Toronto now. And Toronto, with the win, freaking best in the major leagues now. Toronto Blue Jays. How about that? Who the hell's seen that one coming? And I will go back to the predictions. I did say Blue Jays gonna have a good year. I don't think I picked the Red Sox though to end up winning this division, but I think I had Blue Jays coming in second, man. They continue to find a way.
We have that documented.
Yes,
we're definitely gonna go back.
We're gonna look that.
We're gonna go back and do a show on our or do a segment on our predictions.
Yeah.
But really put the predictions.
A little wild, bro. A little wild. Here come the Blue Jays all of a sudden, and now they're really starting to put the pressure on the rest of that
Oh,
AL
pressure.
East.
Pressure. They're grabbing it by the neck.
Yeah, yeah. I know. That's it. It's kind of
Yeah, they've been impressive. I watched them a lot. The pitching's been solid. Guys like Bichette and Rush Springer. And who's that other guy they got? Oh man, he's a terror. Oh, what's this guy's name? Man?
What is your? I'll check you up. I mean, they got a slew of guys offensively. It's a good.
Barger, the third baseman. Yeah, Addison Barger. He's a terror. He's terrorized the Yankees, bro.
Yeah.
Oh my God, yeah. But they got a good team, and it's finally coming together for them. They were young. There's you can't it's 5.5 games, bro. I don't care who it is, but these guys, they're not scared of the Yankees, man.
Oh, let me try.
They don't care.
Yeah,
they want to play the Yankees. They want to beat the Yankees. They want the Yankees, and that's a little bit, something to worry about. There's no intimidation. They don't give a shit. They want us, the Yankees.
Real quick, Dub. Sorry, bro. Maddie, I do not know about cricket. No. And also, I know you mentioned before that your name is Dinesh Lama, but you go by Maddie. That's pretty cool, Dinesh. But for the sake of the show, I'm gonna call you Maddie. I like it. Yes. I do not know about cricket. I don't know about you, Dub. You know any cricket? Around my
It's
way,
like baseball.
Around my way, yes, it's very similar to baseball. That's why I'm actually very intrigued by cricket. Around my way, I live, in Queens, New York. Along my running route by the parks, they play cricket all the time. I love running by, watching. There's a lot of cricket going on in my area. It's a big thing in this area. I've always honestly wanted to play. And I keep on saying it, like, one of these days I'm just going to pull up and be like, hey, guys, can I, play? I'm sure, like, if they're not, like, playing a league or anything, let me get, a hack or two. I never knew that the cricket ball was like, oddly shaped. I just thought it was, like, similar to a baseball. But it has, did you know, Dub, that the cricket ball has a seam down the middle of it? It's like a stitching down the middle that goes just directly around the ball, just once, kind of similar to the baseball, but it's just one strip, like a circular strip around the whole circumference of the ball. So that way, when they throw it, it's kind of unpredictable in which way the ball's going to move. I thought that it was similar to the baseball, where it's like, all right, you can basically predict the bounce because it's just a round ball. But because of that seam, that shit's gonna, you could throw it, it could go one way, it could go the other way. It could really make it difficult to read, and I didn't know that. So that threw a different element for me in my understanding for cricket. I just thought, like, because I know
the different nuances of it compared to baseball change everything. Like the ball bouncing off the ground, the paddle instead of a bat.
I always thought the ball bouncing off the ground was too easy. In my American perspective, I always looked at that and was like, oh, that's too easy. Because I could predict that bounce. Because I played baseball. I was great at scooping a ball. I was great, but with that seam. Now, I still think I'd be good at it. I'm not gonna lie. Still think I'd be good at it. But throwing that seam. Oh yeah, man. I'm gonna give it a shot. I should give it a shot for the sake.
They got their 14-hour games.
Yeah. Is that how long it is? Oh my God, that's insane.
Some of them shits be like 9 hours, bro.
That's insane.
Yeah.
I don't understand.
I don't know the rules. I was trying to watch it when I first got the streaming box, and they have some Indian shit. I got some cricket on this thing.
Yeah.
And I was watching it, and I was trying to get into, like, it intrigued me at one point, like it did you, like it does you now. But I just couldn't grasp it, bro. I couldn't get it. By just sitting there watching it, I would have to go look or ask a lot of questions or go look up stuff. By sitting there watching it and thinking, oh, it's like baseball? No.
It is and it isn't. Obviously, like the
right,
point system,
exactly. And looking at it visually, no doubt.
Yeah, the point system is completely different. How they score, how they run,
how they score, how they hit, what's a hit,
right.
I don't forget it.
Yeah, I mean, down to the essentials of, bat, ball, glove, you got to catch it, things like that. Like that, that's where it's similar. Yeah,
Right.
right.
And there's no other sports. Those sports are it's so unique in the look. You couldn't compare anything to baseball, but cricket. But it's not baseball at all.
Right. No, yeah, it's definitely different in that sense. I thought I had something related to Toronto that I wanted to show you, but I can't seem to find it. I was looking.
But yeah, man, the Blue Jays, they're not scared. They don't give a damn, man. And they've always been confident, a little swaggy bunch, like Eli Guerrero and Bichette. They kind of show you that is kind of the team's personality, the way they and Springer, the way they carry themselves. They're a loose bunch. They got solid, real bulldog pitchers, and they're gonna be a problem, bro. Like they're better than the Yankees right now. So I haven't said it all year, and I'm talking like this was a foregone conclusion prior with me, but it hasn't been. I'm just saying what I see right now. I mean, the Yankees, there's 6 teams getting the playoffs, whatever it is, 6, 7, 8, 12, whatever team getting playoffs. It'll be enough for the Yankees to get in. But 5.5 games, and you are gonna see the thing with the Yankees is, Matt. I'm gonna say this quickly is we've spoken about this before. The Yankees organization and the fans are not content with the same things. They don't want the same. You know what I mean? Like, shit. The organization just wants to make the playoffs. They just want the ice cream cone. The Yankees want the sprinkle. Yankee fans want the sprinkles. They want the cone. They want the chocolate syrup. They want it all. They want the championship.
Well, they're used to that, right? That's been
Right. Well,
something
they are, but 2009 is a long time ago.
Yeah.
If you're 24 years old, what were you?
Right.
9 years old, right? And you want that grown-up championship. And some guys don't have any. You're 17, you don't got anything. 18, 19, you don't got anything. So, but you got stories from your uncles and your older brothers and shit, and your pops and your mom. But it's time for the Yankees have this thing. We have this thing about us where we're owed. We're supposed to, and it's cool. I like it. But, shit. The Yankee organization is cool with selling out the building and because it's going to prove in the deadline, because you talked about it all year. You ran your mouth about it. My cousin, Johan Gino ran his mouth about it. Those opinions from Citi Field. You guys said what you said, and it was true.
Right.
You guys were like, listen, by the deadline, I said, listen, they're going to make a move. Worry about it. Like, but here we are. And I asked you, when is he?
Right.
Thursday. They have to make a move. Miami man is not enough. So I still think he's a good addition, but he's not enough. You need a pitcher.
No, you need a pitcher, and you probably could use another relief pitcher as well. Why not, right? Like, especially in this day and age, it wouldn't hurt to add a little depth there. But
right, because as soon as Devin Williams has a couple bad outings, they're going to be on his ass again. They're going to put the crosshairs right here.
And listen, he's been phenomenal, much like Edwin Diaz has. But you need to help him. You need to support him a little bit. Because, you know how it is, especially, you get into that postseason, man, you're going to need more ammo out of that bullpen. Guys, starting pitching does not last that long in a playoff series. You're going to need that depth. You're going to need that help there. The Mets, too. I'm very worried about it. As good as they're doing right now, and they're just a couple of games away from having the best record in all of baseball as well.
Good teams, man.
I know, like, it's crazy. Yeah, a lot of top tier teams right now, like the cream of the crop. Brewers moving up too, but they're gonna need that help. They're gonna need those reinforcements for it. Again, I think offensively they're smashing right now, and it's a beautiful thing. Knock on wood, they look like they're staying healthy, which is something that you haven't really seen from a Yankee lineup. Obviously, the injury to Peraza, right? Going down, but. We can live with that, like that. That's okay. Overall, your big guns, the Judges, Judge has had a healthy year. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Peraza sucked anyway.
Right, exactly. So I mean, and I'm not, we don't mean to be mean when we say that, but he wasn't like doing them any, huge favors out of that lineup. So and then clearly, getting Ryan. Things are changing with them anyway in regards to that. Again, could maybe throw a little competition over there at short and, compete with Volpe a little bit, I would welcome.
Funny,
it,
man. You know, it's funny when you got a guy like Volpe when it struggles and he's not afforded a large margin of error because he wears the Yankee pinstripes.
Right.
But you get him in the lineup this year along with Dominguez, who's playing regularly, and Ben Rice. And you got 3 young players. You know, they're all not going to become Hall of Famers. It doesn't work that way. You're going to get good ones. You're going to get bad ones. We're just watching this happen, but this isn't the end result for these players. Yeah. Sometimes it just doesn't work out. It's it's a long process. Do the Yankees have patience for Anthony Volpe? It's gonna remains to be seen. But it seems like Cashman and them, they really like him. They really want him to succeed, and they're gonna give him a long leash. But the fans and the media and guys like us probably won't.
And maybe it's just the thing that they'll address this offseason. Like, they just don't want to address it right now. Maybe they're hoping that it was just a terrible half.
And then if he has a lackluster postseason and they get eliminated in the first or second round, then what?
Yeah, I think you need it's a need that you're gonna have to address. I mean, especially if he's hitting below 220, bro. Like, how can you not argue an upgrade at that position? Ultimately, his number, there's only 60 games left in the regular season, so he's gonna end up being one of the worst in terms of defenders because of where he's at right now. So,
I mean, I'm not trying to be an old timer. I don't know if I'm gonna sound like an old timer, but your shortstop doesn't have to be a big bat. He just has to play great defense, And that's what we talked about with Ordonez. He played a long time there because
I need you to bat north of 220, bro. I'm sorry that we can't.
Right.
We can't.
I mean,
we need to stop.
A lot of guys are batting north of 220. If he's a Gold Glover, no one's saying anything. You want to get rid of him?
We got guys hitting over 300. We need to stop that. We need to stop being okay with 220 hitters.
That's where baseball is.
No, it's not. It really shouldn't be, and it's not. Like, the top hitters don't do that. No, they don't. There's a rookie, Nick Kurtz, hit 4 home runs last night. He's fucking.
That's Nick Kurtz.
Yeah, he's batting over 300. Come on, he's a rookie.
That's Nick Kurtz.
He's a rookie. Stop.
No, he's a superstar. He's a superstar already.
Right.
You can see the talent.
But we need to stop glorifying these 225, 230 hitters.
I'm saying we're not glorifying it. I'm telling you, this is the direction baseball's gone in. Like, at one point, baseball didn't hit home runs. Guys were hitting 4 home runs a year.
We need to stop weaning these guys out. We need to put some pressure on them. We need to stop. What I mean by that is you need
but the analytics, they're making them swing this way. They're making them swing at the pitches they swing at, swing at the counts they swing at.
I know all of that. Believe me, I understand
the way they're swinging,
why
they
it's
want
happening.
that.
I understand why.
It starts at the top.
No, they don't want that. They don't want 220. Nobody wants 220. These guys are not producing because of how they're being taught through in the system. I get
like the mathematics of the 3-point shot. You know how it goes if you take 4 threes. And make 2 of them.
Nobody is okay with a 220 hitter, bro. I promise you that no organization's okay with it. It's not the analytics that they're looking for.
If you hit 220 and you walk a shitload of times, they like you.
No. No way. No.
Yeah.
I completely disagree.
OBP? No. If you hit 240 and your on-base percentage is high as hell.
50 or more, then yes. 220 is unacceptable because now you're not getting on base.
It depends what kind of hitter you are. If you're a slugger, 220 is been very
terrible
acceptable.
Way to look at it, and this is why you hold
What's
on to
Eugenio Suarez average? Everybody wants him. I bet he doesn't hit 250.
It's much better than Volpe's. Yeah, he does 249. 249 with 36 home runs.
I know he's hit 220 in his career for a season before.
He has not
220.
No, I'm looking. Hold on. No, I'm looking at something.
He's right. No, he's a slugger. I mean, he's probably not the best comparison. He's probably not the best comparison of Opie, but
in a hurt year in 2020, or that was the pandemic. He batted 202.
No, 2020. No,
the 2020. That's a pandemic year.
Right count that.
Wow, in 2021, he was actually terrible. He was 198 average.
Right, and he had a bunch of home runs. I bet.
145 games.
I bet he had 100 RBIs.
Why can't? He had 79 RBIs.
Oh, was he? Oh, how many? 149.
He played 145 games. For 2021 was terrible. And then he went up. Yeah, then he went up 236, 236. Yeah, he went to the Mariners right after that. 236, 232. Now he's on the Diamondbacks. 256. 249 this year, and he's smashing this year with the home runs, 36 home
Yeah,
runs.
he's a slugger though, so
You know.
he's not the best comparison anyway.
But no,
Like,
man, that's
for
not...
like Jazz, when you look at Jazz numbers, Jazz hitting 250, and he's an all-star.
Yeah, that was debatable too, bro. A lot of people didn't like the fact that this is an all-star, so I'm sorry. Like, and I agree. Like, it's not, like, we need to stop doing this. I hate this trend in baseball where it's like we're just okay with 225 hitters. It's not okay.
You waiting for Kirby Puckett to come back and hit 320.
But it will,
every year.
though. The reason why I say this is because it's
You
going
wait for Wade Boggs
No,
and Kirby
I
Puckett,
guarantee,
bro.
guess what? There will be a shift. Yes, I am waiting for it. And guess what? I will be right.
You waiting for John Olerud, bro.
And I will be right. Give it
There's
5 to 10 years.
like
5
that.
to 10 years. 5
You know
to 10
what's
years.
crazy? As great as we look at Goldie, and like Goldie's a good player. Goldie, it's 280. He's a poor man's John Olerud. That's what he is. And John Olerud at the time, we didn't look at him as a great player. But when we look at it in the history, you're like, oh, that was a great hitter.
Yeah.
He was.
Yeah.
Oh, what a hitter. Now I'm looking at it, oh, what a hitter, John Olerud. He was.
Yeah.
But when at the time when we were watching him, he was expendable. People got rid of him. The Mets had him 5-6 years. Toronto had him, and this person had him. He played 4 or 5 stops. He was, as always, he was never the best hitter in his lineup or the best player.
Yeah.
In the lineup. But, and we look at Goldie now, and he's so sturdy, but he hits 280, 290, maybe hit 300 once. Guys don't hit 300 anymore, Matty B.
That's okay.
I hate it. I don't like it.
Well, but they do, though. That's the thing. Like, we're seeing it
No.
amongst the league. You can't say that.
And
when
then
these
you
guys
get a
hit
guy
over
who does
300,
it.
bro.
What's my man name? Arias. There's a couple of guys, but back in the day,
Listen, I'm not saying.
well, you used to
even
look at the
back in
league
day.
leaders and like me. I'm not saying even fucking 30 years ago. I'm talking about like 8 or 12. When you look at the league leaders, there was more 300 hitters. Now you got like 6 of them per 4. You got 12 in the league. Maybe how many who really play every day?
Well,
you have a lot like that.
All right, I'm not arguing that. We understand why that's happening. We understand how it's being taught in at the youth level. That doesn't
Altuve
mean
is one of the best hitters in the league. I don't know the last time he's hit 300.
Okay. We're not okay with that. I'm not okay with that. Like there needs to be a change in baseball. We need to start normalizing that. What do you mean? How? It's just approach. How do you think that these other guys are hitting better?
They feel like the analytics. They feel like the formula, the new formula, is better than the old way.
It's not necessarily analytics, Dub. It's the way they teach these guys to hit.
Exactly. Everything is fucking exit velocity. Everything is exit velocity, and they're worried about this and trajectory, and so that changes the swing. That changes the mental approach to hitting.
Yes,
and then it's more swing and misses because of, and then it's less technique. No one gets the ball the other way. When I see guys hit the ball, get a box field base hit, I get a boner a little bit. I'm like, oh.
But
There's something you don't see. It's like seeing women in lingerie. You don't see it no more. I'm sorry. I want to see it.
Well, you do see it. That's the thing. Like, you see it from
the
good hitters.
You do see it. You might think,
You see it from the good hitters. And there's a reason why the good hitters are the good hitters, because they are doing what they should be doing in terms of development. There's a poor trend amongst the farm system and at the youth level that has caused this downfall in batting average. And some guys buy into it. Some guys go the other way. And the ones that go the other way are the best hitters in baseball for a reason. And why they don't take a method out of their playbook and follow them in that approach is beyond me. So, I'm not going to sit here and normalize it. Yeah, would I love... I take anything north of like 270, bro. 270, and that's always been a thing in baseball. If you're a 270
I wish Gino
plus...
was here for this one,
because I've had this... 270 plus
just
hitter,
like you.
That's
Gino
the
just
thing.
like you.
But why?
He hates this
everybody
shit.
should be like me. That's the thing. It shouldn't be acceptable that we're watching a 225 product when we clearly see guys.
I don't like it, but I just don't know how to change it. So
listen, I'm not telling you. I'm not a coach on it, but I'm not coaching baseball. But I understand. I've talked to guys.
You can't regulate approach.
Yes, you can. Absolutely, you can. You know, I mean, it's down to the youth level. It's down to the philosophy in coaching.
That's
just,
a whole generation. It's going to take to
sure.
change.
And that's why I say 5 to 10 years, you will see that change. Because people are gonna catch on. It's just and it's happened. We've seen it. We've seen guys, certain trends over sports just change over the years. Eventually, there's gonna be somebody that perfects it. That perfects the slap hitter again. Hits freaking 380. But like 20, 15 home runs, and it's like, it's gonna inspire a generation.
There's gonna be a baseball player that comes along because like we're never gonna think that we've seen Otani. There's gonna be another guy, like you said, there's gonna be someone who throws both hands. There's gonna be this eventually. Yes, there's gonna be a guy.
Well, we already seen it. There's a guy throwing both hands right now.
There's gonna be, right. That's what I'm saying. He's coming. That guy's gonna come to the league.
He's already in the major league.
It's not him.
He's already in major league. He just made his debut. Yeah.
Okay. What's his name?
I forget the ambassadors do for you. I think he's playing for the Athletics.
Or something. Nick Hurts, big Amish.
Yeah, but it's gonna take a little bit of time, but I think it's gonna change. Yeah,
everything changes, and that's how we've gotten here. No question.
It's a tough name. That's why I don't know. Jurangelo, Jurrangelo. Jurrangelo Cinci? Oh, man, it's a tough one, bro. I'm sorry.
Go for it.
He's on the Mariners. I'll pull up a little video.
Gatorade has the number one...
Let's not... I don't want that. Ugh, God. Jeez Louise. Check it out here. Let's see if find some... There he is. Jurrangelo Cince. You got that, bro? I don't know.
Jurrangelo Simpson?
No, Cince. Cijntje. I can't. I'm sorry. I'm out on that one. Please, somebody get me the pronunciation on this. But yeah, there he is. When was this? This is 4 months ago. This is probably spring training. But I believe recently he made his debut. But yeah, just to show you, there you go. Little guy right there. But this is we're going back to the whole conversation, about the hitters. You're gonna see the trend change, I believe. 5 to 10 years, you'll see a change. You'll see a shift in it.
There's going to be some prolific hitter like a Curry type, who change the game. Everyone's going to want to be like him. I can do that too. Watch.
Yeah.
No, don't doubt. That's, there's going to be, because for whatever reason, like, hitting for average is not. My cousin, like Gino, always talk about this guy used to have 200 hits. What a great hitter. And then there's no 200 hits anymore, buddy. Like, there's a couple of guys a year. And, that's what makes Judge so great. Like, this guy's a slugger, and he hits 330. He's hitting 330, and then on top of that, he's got 120 strikeouts, so he's a free swinger.
I saw another ambidextrous pitcher, Pat Venditti. Pat Venditti, yeah, that's right. That was the one that was on Oakland Athletics, right?
So you're allowed to change hands in one at bat?
Not in the at bat. You gotta designate what you're gonna do for that specific batter. That's it. So, you can't switch mid at bat. You can't. Yeah, and you wouldn't anyway. It doesn't really make sense. It can kind of confuse a guy, but.
So you know what the guy's how he's gonna pitch to you.
Yeah.
He's not gonna switch for you. This guy's lefty against me.
Yeah. So you have to declare your pitching hand before the plate appearance. But
it's not a big deal.
It's a pretty big deal. It's an advantage. You'll always have the superior lefty, or righty. That's
right.
It. It's just gonna. That's what you would choose. I mean, it's pretty. These guys
like
may not be effective. I don't know. Where's Pat Venditti now? Let me check. Is he? So
if he's going against a switch hitter, who gets to decide first? Does the switch hitter get to change?
Oh, that's a good question, actually.
Who gets to veto the other one?
I don't know. You're right. That I had to look into that for you. Wow. Pat Venditti, where's this? Come on, where's?
I would imagine that the batter gets to change the box position. that probably would be more flexible, but I could see them saying he can't move either.
Mm-hmm.
But then who gets to decide?
Why am I not seeing numbers for this guy right now? ER 61 games. That's career. Where's this guy not playing this year? But I just read something that he pitched this year. Well, I don't get it. Oh man, a former professional baseball player. What? I'm getting misinformation on here. Oh, that was 2015. I'm bugging.
There was a guy back then.
It was 2015. But... yeah, that was the first guy, 2015. And then you got this other guy I just mentioned, Durangelo. Durangelo. No, Pat Venditti did not make. Durangelo he's the guy currently trying to make and do his thing. Yeah. But I don't know. I'll look into that, and see. I'd imagine it's the pitcher. Because they're on the field. They gotta declare it. So that's interesting. So and again, that would make sense because the switch hitter, should have that advantage. Interesting. No, I'll look into it. Yeah. That's a good question to ask right there. Let's see if this guy is he in the system right now. Yeah, he's pitching right now down with the Seattle affiliate. ERA 4.65 right now for the 22-year-old.
Yeah, he's getting tattooed.
4.65, yeah, but
in the minors.
Yeah, yep. But it's the Northwest League. I believe that's single A. So we'll see. Maybe he improves. 22-year-old out of Mississippi State University. Yeah, interesting. But again, man, I think we'll see a shift in baseball a little bit. We talked a lot about this Yankee trade. Let's get on to the Mets trade. Was Gregory Soto coming over? And real quick, just to shout out Nick Kurtz, man. Huge game last night. Quite possibly. All right, Dub, quite possibly the best performance ever in a single offensive performance of a baseball game, ever in the history of baseball. Not in the 150-year history of the game did anybody do what Nick Kurtz did last night. I believe it was 19 total bases or 18 total bases, 6 for 6. 4 home runs, and I think it was a single and a double he had. Just an absolutely absurd night from Nick Kurtz, and coming against the first place team in Houston, smacked him around. Something that really impressed me with his homers last night is 3 of them, correct me if I'm wrong, but 3 out of the 4 were Oppo. Which is just, it shows, from the 22-year-old, shows the tremendous power, and now batting over 300.
Yeah, he's something, man. He's I've been watching him for a while. I watch a lot of late night West Coast baseball.
Yeah,
so I've been watching him, and they're, like I said, they're a team who's really young and talented, and they're in limbo, but they're having fun out there. And
Oakland's always having fun, right? Because they're not doing much of anything else. Sitting at the bottom again, 44-62 on the year. I don't know. Is Nick Kurtz a trade deadline bait? Is why not? Because in their history they're not keeping this kid.
They just got him.
They just got him, right? They'll probably hold on to him. You're right. But it's like, dude, like at some point.
It's too early. When he's 25, they're going to have him 3-4 years. They're going to go to Vegas with him. You kidding me?
How much control do they have?
They have a lot of control. They have all the control.
Because the arbitration years.
He's brand new. 6 years.
Yeah. One year, 760,000. This bonus was slightly below slot value, $8 million bonus. Yeah. As of early 2021, let's see how much control I need to. Is it just a 1-year deal?
No, it resets every year. It's arbitration.
I don't
This
know.
is shit. Yeah.
Well, that's what I'm trying to figure out. That's because I would like to know with him. But, you know, it begs the question, you know, like, you know, because Oakland never keeps on to their guys, you know, it's like, you know, and now you got this young stud, you know, tearing up the league, doing what he did last night, quite possibly the greatest offensive game ever in the history of the game. And, you know, you're sitting at last place, what are you going to do? They have him pre-arbitration. Oh, my God. They're going to have control of this guy forever. The pre-arbitration is till 2027, bro.
Right, they got him forever, bro.
You know, yeah, that's absurd.
And the fact that we're talking about him shows you what kind of a phenom he is when these guys come to the league. That he's going to be one of those guys. You know, they got a guy. They got the right fielder's a pretty good player. Butler, I think he's like a second-year guy.
Yeah,
they got Rooker. Rooker, the other.
I like Rooker. Yeah.
Yeah, they're a very good, solid team. They're gonna try. They're gonna play another year in Sacramento, and then harass good teams. That's what they're gonna do.
Yeah.
You know, harass good teams, win 74 games, 75 games, and put pressure on people in September. And they're a young team.
Yeah.
But yeah, Kurtz, bro, he's the real deal, bro.
For sure.
He's from the Amish. He's out from the Amish country. Did you know that?
I did not, but he kind of looks like it.
He's
With
Amish.
his stocky ass
From
size,
Pennsylvania,
it makes
yeah.
sense. Yeah, he's from
Yeah,
Pennsylvania.
I don't know.
He's Amish
Lancaster,
country
he's
from.
Amish.
No
Yeah.
shit. All right,
Lancaster,
wow.
Yeah.
All right, I like him already. There you go. This is my new guy. I might have to get a jersey. There you go. It was a beautiful
Big
thing.
Amish, as they call them.
Do they really? That's hilarious. Okay. All right, I like him even more now that you tell me that. The big Amish. I might have to cop a jersey because I love Lancaster, PA.
I mean, it's good for the Oak. I know a lot of A's fans, believe it or not, growing up in my
They
time.
need to bring that boy home. They need to bring that boy home to Philadelphia. What? Oh, they would love him in Philadelphia, bro.
Not at Philly, yo.
Yeah, I know. I agree with you at Philly, but you know, or Pittsburgh. Well, bring him home to Pittsburgh. All right, you know.
I don't know, man. The athletics, man. I like the organization. I always did. It's kind of looking at what happened with their situation. You know, like it's a little.
Do you? Because that owner sucks and never wants to spend money.
Yeah, but the A's, I've always had a thing. The A's, I grew up with the Bash Brothers, watching them.
Yeah, no, I hear you, man.
So
in terms of the players,
there,
the culture.
So right. So I just think the people, and I know a lot of A's fans, and I think they deserve more.
I love the whole Moneyball thing, like the Moneyball thing.
Right, all of it. They have a lot of culture. There's a lot of history with the organization.
Sure.
And I just think they deserve more. So, you know, I would like guys like Kurtz and Butler to stay there.
Yeah, but will they retain?
Over the years, watching
they need a stadium,
Chapman go here. Matt Chapman went here. He was Oakland A. Who else? They have 5 million third basemen who are all good. They traded all of them over the last 25 years. Starting, you know. When does the buck stop? When does it stop? You're going to Vegas now. You're not going to spend any money still? Come on. Enough is enough. Keep this core together and grow the team. Period.
Well, you're right.
Severino's went over there. Yeah. Severino's went over there. He's had a little rival. He's pitched pretty decent this year. He had a great outing the other night. You know, enough is enough, bro. Go, like I said, we sit here as Yankee and Met fans sitting on our riches and our privilege. Yes, Met fans are privileged as well. Hell yeah. And you sit there and you watch these teams, bro. I don't know any Pirate fans, so, you know, but I sympathize with, I know A's fans.
Mets fans are privileged now, okay, mister? I don't know, you know. we just got this privilege, all right? Yeah.
Listen, no.
No, I know. Well, our owners at least spend money, but not in the right places.
Even the bum-ass Wilpons, you couldn't compare them to the Pirates owner.
No, you couldn't, but they spend money the wrong way, so, you know.
They do, and they sell, and they go shopping, and they're not scared to go shopping, but they buy the cheap shit a lot of time. Or we don't know about this. I don't know.
They buy I wouldn't say the cheap shit. They buy the expired shit, you know.
They're not. They're not going to buy Heinz ketchup. They're not going to get Hunt's either. They're going to get the other.
I like.
They got lucky when Bernard Gilkey had 100 RBIs and shit.
Yeah,
for 1 2 years, he was good. We were shocked.
Yeah.
Because those are the kind of players they signed. Mike Cameron, good players, but not There's always guys in the free agent tier who are way better. 2 or 3 guys who are above Mike Cameron. Mike Cameron would be the 4th guy on the list. They would take him.
Yeah.
That's the thing, kind of thing they would do. But, you know, the A's, man, enough is enough, bro. Come on. There's no cap. You guys are crying. You guys left Oakland. Everyone left Oakland, so you're the last ones to leave. All right, we get it. Everyone left. The Warriors left. The Raiders left. We understand. We get it. The place is a shithole. No, this Oakland. I'm sorry, but that's how they talk about y'all. It's a crime written in it. You know, that's what they say. Whatever, yo. The money, the taxes, the politics, all of it. Whatever. But unfortunately, these teams left. The A's are going to go to Vegas. Get the team to be good at least, because they have fans throughout the nation because of that generation. So get it together.
Yeah. I did want to, just touch on the Mets trade as well. We'll try to check, any other trades going on around the league as well. But the Gregory Soto for my Metsies, it comes at a desperate time, a desperate need. 2-time All-Star Gregory Soto coming over, primary lefty specialist. This day and age, you need to be effective on both sides, though. But, 3.96 ERA this year. The whip, 1.29. It's not terrible. The numbers against the lefties are where, it really speaks volumes and is very dominant. So it comes at a good time for the Mets. They need it. I'm not done with it. We just mentioned, a couple of days away from the trade deadline. It happened on Thursday. They need to go out, make a move. I really do think one more bullpen arm, one, starting pitcher. Either or would be nice. Both would be gravy. Offensively, I don't know. I don't really think the Mets need to make a move. If they're going to make the move offensively, let it be a splash. Make a big move. Go get the Suarez or whatever, and trade one of your prospects. Go all in with it. Make an all-in move and try to make a blockbuster trade because, you got a lot of prospects that you've been sitting on. A lot of their value is in a good spot right now. I think I would be okay with Mets getting aggressive and making a big splash because, listen, they're top of the league right now, and they're now back in first place. World Series is on the table for this Mets team, and you have the opportunity here to make a big splash. Your farm system is very good. You have a lot of young talent. I know it's controversial to trade away, the Beatties of the world, the Vientos, the Acuñas, but at some point, you got all these kids, kind of teetering. It's like Volpe. It's like, okay, I don't know how long we're going to really, continue, especially like Beatty, guys like Beatty, but, he's a little bit hot. That value's up right now. So maybe package 1 or 2 of these guys with a couple of other prospects and make a splash. I don't know. I don't know if it's even on the table. I don't know if that type of trade's available right now. But same thing with the pitching. Texas, DeGrom. I said it, right, Dub? I said it a couple of months ago. Here we are. I haven't heard rumors about it. It's probably, but DeGrom's having this great season, and it's gonna be an all for naught. I don't think the Texas is even making the postseason now.
They're half a game out of the wild card. They're not. I don't think they're gonna sell.
Right. I know. I'm with you, but I don't know. It's not a guarantee that they even make it. They're on a good run right now.
They're only 2 games behind the Yankees.
Right, and they're on a good run right now, so they're kind of saving that face, right? 8-2 in the last 10.
Because they struggled. They were struggling earlier. They played good baseball.
Yeah, but they're still third in their division, and you mentioned right there, they're right behind the wild card. The latest stretch of games has helped them, no doubt.
Right, so that's what I'm saying. If they started selling and throwing, the fan base would go crazy.
So I don't know if that's on the table either, but there's got to be an arm out there somewhere, bro.
The Rangers, when we considered it was definitely. It was definitely worth considering, but the time has passed and, the environment has changed. And, the Rangers at the end of the day, they have a lot of monster contracts and they're here to win. They've won before 2 years ago, so they probably feel like they can make a run. They're not going to trade them. They won 2 years ago. They still got Simeon and Seager and those guys making a bunch of money.
Dub, do me a favor, just hold down the fort a little bit. I'm gonna put the solo scream up for you. I just gotta do something real quick for Maeve downstairs.
That's no problem. So
You got
guys,
the show, baby. Bring your face up. The people want to see you.
I got you. Yeah, guys. So we're at the halfway point. We're past the halfway point. You know, teams have played over 100 games. You know, got 60 games left. Some teams have under that. So we're in this home stretch. We're starting to see who's who and what's what. And me, Maddie, talking about the deadline. The deadline's on Thursday. So when you talk about teams, we're looking at the standings. In the AL, you know, Yankees in the wild card spot. They're on the outside looking in with Seattle and Boston. Seattle's right there. They're half a game behind, a game and a half behind the Yanks, and Boston's right there. So Texas is in it. Tampa's in it. Cleveland's in it. They're all within 3 games. So seeing we can't really count any of these teams out. You know, being a Yankee fan, they're not gonna do anything, or you know, these teams feel like they can do something. Even Boston, we were at one point after the Devers trade, we're like, yo, listen, they're quitting. And it looked like they were, but it seems like it was an addition by subtraction by letting or trading away Rafael Devers, because they've gotten better ever since. And on the flip side, San Francisco has declined since acquiring Devers. So, you know, baseball, man, baseball. You don't know what you're going to get. It's really like a box of chocolates. The Dodgers status quo, 61-43. You know, they've got that 6-game stranglehold over San Diego, 7 on the Giants. Like I said, the Giants have struggled. They're lost 7 of their last 10. Milwaukee on the flip side in the National League Central, they've won 8 out of their last 10, and they have the second best record in baseball and the best record in the National League. Yeah, the Brewers, after they swept the Dodgers, man, like they put everyone on notice, in my opinion. You know, we're not going to talk about it much because they're the Brewers, but these 2025 Brewers, they mean business, it looks like, especially here in this regular season going forward. And then, you know, the Mets and the Yankees, of course, going through the league. What did I touch on? The Detroit Tigers and the Indians. The Tigers, they're gone. 7.5. I just don't see Cleveland picking up the pace. And Kansas City is having one of those Kansas City years. Yeah. Yep. So what was I looking at earlier? And I want to but you know, it's crazy day to day when it comes to the MLB. The wind changes so quickly, especially when it comes to New York baseball, because granted, coming out of the All-Star break, when the Yankees came back, I think it was against the Braves, down 6-0, and they came back and won that game. The Mets had lost the same night, and I remember listening to sports radio, local New York sports radio. I was listening a little bit of it.
I'm back, bro.
I don't remember who I was listening to, but I was talking about sports radio, I was talking about how the winds change with the Yankees and Mets day to day, Maddie. That's what I was talking about right moment.
What do you mean?
What do you mean? Like day to day, I was talking about, for example, the Yankees came out the All-Star break and the Mets came out the All-Star break. They both lost.
Right.
Coming out the break. They both, you know, and then the next day the Mets lost again.
Yeah.
And the Yankees came back down 6-0. And the Yankees are, the Yankees, this might be it. And that's how I felt. And I'm not the only one who felt that way. You probably even thought it. The Yankees might take off with that. And the Mets, I don't know, though. And then the Mets get a good win. The Mets come back and get a couple comeback wins. Okay. Then the Yankees going to go back into Toronto. They get 2 out of 3, maybe even sweep it. They're back status quo.
Yeah.
And they went into Toronto. I think they lost 2 out of 3 again.
Yeah, we talked about it with the Mets, like, you know, last time we were on here with the sports, you know, they were kind of
and the Mets with the comeback, right? And
the
Mets with a couple comeback wins, big scoring late innings, you know.
Yeah.
Murphy going, Gary Cohen going crazy and then with the calls late at night. It's just like that. The winds change, and I'm not saying it's preposterous for that to be, but that's just the way it is.
Yeah. Because
I really thought the Yankees, and now you're looking at the standings. When you stepped away, I'm looking at it. We're going over the standings with the people, and I don't see why a team like even with Boston and San Francisco, with them trading Devers, and we're like, come on, but it's been an addition by subtraction.
Yeah.
For both sides, and they've added him on the other end, and they've been worse.
Yeah. Yeah,
So,
I mean,
like,
Giants have fallen off since, acquiring Devers, and you've
And
seen a little
Boston's
bit
gone
of
everywhere.
that same type of turmoil with Devers.
Baseball is so, it doesn't work like that in NBA. You move players like that, the shift, a Devers equivalent in NBA, he gets moved. It shifts the team he goes to the better. Even if it's a couple of wins, they're just going to be more
The
formidable.
problem with Devers is that it's a pretty obvious that it's a him issue. Like he went over there, bro, and like they he was trying to get worked out at first base, which mind you, he did actually play first base, but they San Francisco tried to bring back former players to like help coach him and work him out, and he would refuse to show up. Literally, no showed some of former players for workouts and things like that. So, he clearly is rubbing that organization the wrong way already.
He told Will to throw screw himself.
Yeah.
So Will Clark go screw yourself.
I forget what was the guy's name, former player for the Giants.
JT Snow, you bringing JT Snow, tell JT Snow fuck off.
JT Snow?
Tell JT Snow to fuck off.
It was JT Snow?
I don't know, man, but I know he's a good first baseman for them a long time.
I'll check. Let me see.
Oh my God. We traded him.
For Giants. So like and ever since him going over there, it was Will Clark. No.
It was Will Clark.
Yeah, Giants legend Will Clark. Yeah, he stood him up like a couple of times. Will Clark went off. Will Clark went off on him on like a couple of podcasts, I believe, about the whole situation.
Will Clark like 60 years old. How old Will Clark? 64? He can't even bend down and get a ground ball.
Hey, listen, man, the guy's willing to help out and do some things, you should.
Of course he's willing to help out. He don't got nothing to do.
But the problem is Devers agreed to it, bro. But Devers agreed to it, and then he no calls, no shows him. Like, that's kind of
get this old motherfucker out of here. Yeah. That's what
But the problem is, it's a growing trend with him. He did that over, in Boston, where it's like, he's refusing, the way.
And that's the thing, if you're going to be like that, you better be the man, bro. You better be Bonds.
His numbers have fallen off.
You got to be Barry Bonds. You're going to be a prick like that. Eventually it'll catch up to you. Right now,
right.
I don't know, but like I was saying with baseball, though, the tea leaves change so quickly. I wouldn't, if I'm 2-3 games back on a wild card, all right, we'll say 3 games. I don't like 5. For 3 games, and I'm looking at the American League standings, even Cleveland's 2.5 back. Why quit? Go for it.
Yeah.
What are we here for? And you get in. Now go.
Right.
So, as much as we look at the Yankees and the Dodgers and the Metsies and the Phillies and these power forwards, or you throw other teams in there, whoever you want, Detroit even now, Houston, you throw them in there, there's another team lurking who can win the championship, and we have to respect that. That's all with that.
No doubt about it.
I don't know if it's
now's
Brewers,
the time.
if it's a Texas, a Brewers, a Texas, or whoever, man. A San Diego, who can get in and make a move, because things happen, man, in this crazy sport, and you can't say what's going to happen now.
Right.
Or who's going to win it. We can't. You just got to get yourself ready for the big show in October, the real big show. And the Yankees are gonna have to make a move, or they're just gonna be like one of these another wild card teams who just rolling the dice against the wall and hoping for for something, and they get a run, and get hot. It's either you make a move or you pray to get hot, and praying to get hot is not good enough for the fan base.
No, and so we'll see what happens. It's going to be an interesting deadline. We'll see if we get some blockbuster trades. Hopefully, our 2, local teams, find a way to acquire some other pieces and boost their chances. Yankees certainly need it. I would say more so than the Mets right now, just based on them dealing with Toronto ahead of them. Obviously, all right, well, they're in the wild card hunt, but it's like, you don't want to settle for that as if you're a Yankee fan. You certainly don't want to have to deal with that. You'd like to secure the division. You'd like to be up top there. The
Yankees already hunted, man. Everyone hates them. Everyone wants to play them. Everyone wants to beat them. We don't want to be going into anyone's building in the play. We want to have that bye or whatever the heck have. We would like that, that division. But
Yeah.
the way the Blue Jays are playing, they don't give a shit about what we would like or what we want.
And you're seeing the Brewers make that push now. 8-2 in the last 10 for them. A game up on the Cubs in the division. The Cubbies, although still having a great year, kind of been playing a little mediocre ball. 500 ball in the last 10 games for them. So, but they're right there. They're in the hunt. It's gonna be an interesting summer, man. You got a lot of baseball to go. This is where baseball
60 games, 60
really,
big games about.
This is
We're
it,
under
man.
60 games.
This
We're under
is the
60
crunch
games.
time. It's the dog days of summer are about to start. I can't wait. I'm gonna be at the ballpark again. I'm going on the 13th of August. I'm gonna go see Mets Braves. So that's gonna be just good stuff, good cinema. It's a Wednesday nighter. It's a Mrs. Met bobblehead night. I wonder if Grimace is gonna be there. It's gonna be, yeah. I can't wait to add the Mrs. Met bobblehead to the background.
I'm sure you can't wait. It's gonna be interesting. I can't wait to see it.
Yeah. But yeah. So it's gonna be interesting summer to say the least.
This is Met bobblehead night. This is great. Epis Radio. We're going to be there. One half at least. Matty B's going to be there. Wow.
Yeah,
He's going to get.
I don't know if I'm doing any post game, things like I did last time.
Your only assignment, your main only thing you have to do is acquire
the Mrs. Met
be there on time and be there early enough so you can get. You got to be there an hour early.
I'm a little worried about that because I got some coworkers that are coming with me.
Don't wait. Nah, they're gonna have to meet you there.
I don't know if I can. I think we already agreed they're gonna meet in my house.
You have to tell them the urgency and how they have to move expeditiously so they can all get.
I agree.
Mrs. Met bobblehead. This is important, man.
I know.
There's a reason you picked this game. You picked this game.
It's only 15,000 fans that get it too, so you got to find a way to get
in.
The
first, you got to get there early. You got to be there about 5 by 6 o'clock when doors open.
I know. I gotta talk to him then. We'll figure this out.
Does any of them understand the significance? Could any of them understand?
Yes, 2 of them. 2 out of the 3 that I'm going with. Yeah, they're baseball fans.
Yeah, that's a majority.
Understand. Yeah, that's a majority. They'll get it. Problem is
I
that
didn't know because the way
they
things
work
are
till
going.
6 o'clock. So
yeah, that's the bad shit.
That's the problem.
The way things are going with Grimace. There might not be a Mrs. Met anymore next year. She might be Mrs. Grimace. So then this might be the last ever opportunity to acquire a Mrs. Met bobblehead.
For those of you that don't know, in the last episode, you can check the thumbnail and see it. Oh, you brought your book? It's book story time? All right. Yeah, I know. She wants to. You gotta come over here, baby. You gotta come over here and show. Yeah. Okay. All right, now you can show. They can see. Hold it up for the people. There you go. Right there. There's your book. She wanted to show everybody her book. Good night, Curious George. It's story time soon. It's nap time soon. Are we ready for nap time? No. No. No, I know it's not nap time. I was just playing with her. But, listen, we'll see. For those of you who don't know, go check it out. Last episode 31. Towards the end of the episode, we do a little teaser, talk about what could have been, Oh, okay, baby. What could have been an issue, for the Mets early on this year is a little bit of an affair going on between Grimace and Mrs. Met. That's what Dubby was referencing, so go check that out. I still would like to put out that short video about that. I'll probably get that out this week. What a busy week it was for us content-wise for the show last week.
Things happen.
So many shows going on. So many good between the Mental Health Monday, between Epis Sports, the short sales putting out, the Mental Health Weeklies. So much going on. Again, check it out. Check us out on YouTube, Epis Radio. Believe we're close to 17,000 now. It's just we've gained a lot of new followers. Also here on Twitch, we thank Matty Llama for showing up today. Maddie, I want if you're still here with us, I want you to join us in on the conversation. Maybe next time, I would love to talk some cricket with you. Maybe you can provide some insight on the rules, things like that. Maybe you could call in. One day we'll talk a little cricket. Because I would love to learn the game. I've tried watching it. And I've tried to learn it a little bit. And now the new idea the new part of cricket that I'm learning is that this ball was not completely round. It had that nice stitching down the middle that really threw an extra added difficulty to cricket that I wasn't aware of, which is awesome. It makes me appreciate that game even more. Oh, very nice. Nice sister giving Joe some kisses. But again, thank you everybody for showing up. Maeve missing off her brother with kisses. You see that, right? Like more kisses for the Joseph. And he loves it too. Very nice. Look at the sister brotherly love that's going on here.
I love it.
We are going to be wrapping it up. I know Dubby's got to work today. He's got to be doing his thing. I got to get Maeve ready. She's got a little baby shower to go to. I got some things going on over here for myself. Please, thank you again for showing up, everybody. Look out this week for some more content hitting the channel on all the socials. I got plenty to come. Right after the show today, I will be in a meeting with a potential guest for Mental Mondays. I don't know if he'll be able to do this week's Mental Mondays, but I'm trying to line them up either for this week or the next one. So hopefully that meeting goes well, and I'm sure it will, and we'll get something scheduled there. And so a lot going on in the pipeline of things. There's a lot that we didn't get to news-wise that I wasn't sure if we were getting find a way to get it in today. Obviously we didn't. A lot of politics, news, things going on. Okay, May, can you stop? Maybe Joseph's a little tired. Okay, all right. A lot going on in the world, obviously, news, political wise, the whole situation with Trump. We didn't even mention Pam Bondi, Attorney General, mentions that Trump is in the Epstein files and all that. So confirmation there. A lot of news about that. A lot of worried people in that Trump administration, and it's going to be interesting to see, man. Now you're seeing the public really making a hard push to release those files. It's similar to Watergate at this point, man. Like, this guy is just getting away with murder, and, how long is the American public, how long is the world?
It's on another level from Watergate. Watergate, when it happened, people were like, oh, hell no.
Right. And
this
now
is more
now you're talking about him pardoning. He mentioned potentially pardoning Ghislaine, and this whole situation, man. Like, that's a whole nother thing. I mean, he does
I would
that.
sing her, without killing her.
Right. Oh my God, he does that, and you can just. Where do we go? What do we do? What are we doing? How are we allowing this to take place? It's insane. Nixon was gone, quick. You know what I'm saying? How this guy is getting away with murder is truly an authoritarian situation that we're living in. Full control.
Let's see what happens.
It's just wild. But I don't want to get too deep into it. Maybe we'll save that for the next show and we'll come at it hard, Dub. Just because I gotta take care of little Charlie boy over here. Is clearly getting a little hungry and antsy.
Yeah, it was a lot of stuff we wanted to touch on.
Yeah, I don't want to get too deep into it now, otherwise, go down.
No, that's gonna happen. It's not like the story's gonna get old or stale. We can do it later.
Yeah, it's again, a lot going on.
You want to touch on Hogan real quick on the way out?
Yeah, I'm sure that could be the last topic. Indeed, I like that. That's another thing. A lot of debts going around this week as well. A lot of public debts. Hogan obviously being one of them. Ozzy, what's his name? from Fresh Prince that drowned.
Malcolm Jamal Warner from
Yes.
the Cosby Show.
Oh, Cosby Show. I'm sorry, Fresh Prince. I'm talking about Fresh Prince.
Killing Butcher.
Yeah, sorry, bro. I did not watch the Cosby Show like that, so I was not.
Born in '92.
Not big. Malcolm Jamal Warner.
Yeah, you're born in '92.
Yeah, I know all of
for sure.
them. Wasn't. I watched Cosby Show. Wasn't really crazy. About
Came off the air like '94, I think, '93.
Right, you know what I'm saying? Like, it was old age. But yeah, terrible situation for Malcolm Jamal Warner. Drowned trying to save his daughter, I believe it was, while he was on vacation. It's just absolutely terrible.
Costa Rica.
Yeah, in Costa Rica, got thrown under a rip current, and just that was it. End of him, man.
Yeah. They said there were no lifeguards on duty, but there were a couple guys on the beach.
Yeah,
and by the time they got him out, they said they were working him on the surfboard, and he's already unconscious with water in his lungs on the surfboard. Bring him back in, and he succumbed to the drowning, to the water.
Yeah, I actually I did want to play a clip of him. This was his last video that he posted online. His last social media video that he had posted. So let me pull that up for you guys right here. It's Malcolm Jamal Warner. I apologize, from the Cosby Show. 1970 to 2025, obviously passed away recently in a horrific drowning accident in Costa Rica. Come on.
Let's go.
Yes, I got the flower in my hair. Today's my daughter's birthday. She put the flower there, so I'm rocking it. What? It's a beautiful day here in Atlanta. I just wanted to shout out and just spread some love and some good cheer. And life is out here lifing, right? For me and for everybody else. But just wanted to remind you, as I remind myself, that no matter what's going on, there's always a reason to smile. Like, if you just take a minute to stop and take stock, I guarantee you can find at least one reason to smile. And if for some reason you can't find a reason to smile, then that's probably the best time to be the reason for somebody else to smile. So, find a smile for yourself and be a reason for someone else to smile. That's all I got. Listen to love, because it's been a minute. Peace and love, and thanks. What's good?
I'm sorry, I was muted there for a second. Nice little video there from Michael Jamal Warner. That was the last video that he had posted on his socials. Makes you want to cry, man. Seemed just like a sweet
irony,
yeah, sweet-hearted guy. Just talking about his daughter there, the whole nine. Condolences to him. Him and his family. It's just that hurts, man. That hurts. Has he been active in acting wise over the years? Has he been doing
when
anything?
you get typecasted as as Theo Huxtable.
Yeah.
Like I said, this was the #1 rated show in America for about 8 years. Number one.
Yeah.
Having something like that. It was big.
Yeah.
So you get typecasted. So when he did other stuff, it kind of got overlooked. But he did a lot of stuff.
Okay.
Yeah, he did a lot of stuff. Remember, he had the Malcolm and Eddie after that. Remember, he had the Malcolm and Eddie show, which you do know about.
Yeah. Right.
And then, that one came on during your adolescence when you were TV watching, I'm sure.
Yeah.
And he had some other stuff recently. He was I believe Malcolm was a musician as well.
Okay, well, check him out.
Yeah.
Let me.
Yeah. Very wholesome guy. The energy he gave off, that's what he always seemed like he was, and that's what everyone who spoke about him. Bill was talking about him the other day, and it was real powerful words.
Oh, he was in that's right. He was in The Resident, bro. It's a medical show that I watch.
Yes.
See, I didn't even know that was like him. That's crazy, bro.
Him,
I didn't even know that's him. See? I love that show, and he was great in that show. That's crazy.
He's a great actor, phenomenal.
Yeah, I'd be bugging with him, but yeah.
And then
and he wasn't, bro. I was right. He was the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, bro.
What? He wasn't on it ever?
He was.
For one episode, maybe he came in.
Bro,
he might have been on for one episode.
He was. Nah, bro.
One episode.
Not one episode.
2?
I don't know. I'd have to check. But that's where I
Probably
remember
came
him
for
from
one
too.
episode. There was a lot of cameos. Carl Winslow
Yeah.
cameoed on it.
No, I know, but that's where I remember him. That's why I said Fresh Prince. I was like, yeah, because I watched
You
Fresh
saw
Prince.
the one episode, yeah, every one of them. You watched Blossom too, Fresh Prince and Blossom, back to back, probably.
I mean, I definitely, I watched only Fresh Prince. I didn't watch the Cosby Show like that. I watched Fresh Prince Show.
No.
That was my thing, yeah.
The Cosby Show was syndicated by the time you started watching TV. It was already off the air.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, right. It was off,
it was
we were
syndicated.
playing the
It
role.
was
Yeah,
syndicated.
for sure.
Yeah,
he was great in The Resident, man. I loved him in that show. I love that show.
And it's crazy how we see TV. Like, I don't know,
Yeah.
with Resident on.
Yeah.
It's crazy when you look at eras, and then anyone watching older be like, wow.
Yeah.
You know, probably
sad.
just I get it.
Sad news, man, for him and, his family and just, the acting world in general. They lost a good one. You hate to see it, especially something as tragic like that. Just,
Are you very young, 51, or 50, whatever, 54? Very young, 54.
Indeed. As we mentioned, Hulk Hogan passing away as well. Ozzy Osbourne passing away. Both, how old was Hogan actually? I don't think, he was 71. Yeah, 71. Up there in age for sure. What did they say, cardiac arrest from him? Or is it he just went?
Yeah. Yeah, Hogan had a heart attack in his home in Clearwater, Florida.
Oh, he's down there in Clearwater? Yeah,
Hogan's big down here. Hogan's got a shop in Kissimmee, Orlando. He's got the surfer shop there. He's got another one over there in Clearwater, Tampa. Hogan was big down here. If you hadn't seen him one time, you just ain't been around here long enough.
Now,
he was big
now
down
mixed reactions for Hogan passing away. Obviously, listen, something that's indisputable. Just the Godfather of wrestling, right? Like without
Michael
his
Jordan
face,
of wrestling.
right?
Michael Jordan of wrestling.
No doubt about it. Without him, I don't know. Probably wrestling doesn't ever become this big. But
People have been debating that online, but I wouldn't.
Well, I mean, I guess eventually, there would have been a face, but I think he spearheaded the whole thing, right? Like it's, I mean, who else? Who else around that time was really, the moving catalyst, right? That's what I mean.
It was Hulk Hogan, no question,
right.
no question about it.
I think because now, you know more about it, but explain to the people why there is that argument. Why a lot of people, and it's
why
not
he's
like,
become polarizing?
Yes, why because he's polarizing, and they don't want to admit that he was that figure who spearheaded the whole movement because of what transpired later on in his career.
Yeah. The decline of his public image probably started about 15 years ago, approximately, when he had made comments to his friend Bubba Love, a DJ, and a friend of his down in Florida. They were having a private conversation in his home, and Hogan made disparaging remarks. I should read them.
If
Read
you
them
got
bitches,
him.
right? I got them right here. I got them.
Okay.
I got them close. I saw them earlier. They were on my ex. So
Gotcha.
I wish I was more. Yeah, here he goes. Hogan. It's all over the place, yo. Because, like I said, I mean, he's such a big figure. Hogan had a cartoon. Hogan, here it goes. I mean, I'd rather, if she was going to fuck some N-word, I'd rather have her marry an 8-foot-tall N-word worth $100 million. Like a basketball. I guess we're a little racist fucking N-words. That's what Hogan said.
And how long ago was that?
It was years ago, but he still said it. I mean,
No,
and
I'm not like
Hogan. The thing,
like, it's
no.
like
It was a while ago. The
Yeah.
thing with Hogan was, with the, for me to say my perspective. I mean, Hogan passing yesterday, it definitely hit me. I'm a huge wrestling fan, a black wrestling fan, I say. I'm 45 years old. I grew up in the midst of Hulkamania. When I was 5 years old, he won the world title on the Iron Sheik, the Iconic. When I was 8 years old, he slammed Andre the Giant. And I watched him, and I was like, oh, my God, he was iconic. He lost the title after having it for 4 years. Even though, it's predetermined, doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
Right.
But after having it for 4 years, he lost it at the same time as Tyson. He was right there with Hogan, with Tyson and Jordan and Wayne Gretzky. These guys were icons at the time, rock stars. And All right, so whatever, he goes through his motions, he goes through his wrestling career, whatever, you know, whether he has beef in wrestling with wrestlers, was being selfish and self-serving, and that's their business. But as me, as a black person, a black wrestling fan, you know, and everyone else, who condemns racism, when he gets on that, when he's on that recording and he's saying that quote, it was disappointing. But when Hogan died yesterday, it was tough. Like, damn, Hogan, it was the end of an era. Because like I said, like you say who he was, I was there. I'm a big wrestling fan, and I wanted to see Hogan drop that big leg drop. And it doesn't change any of that. I didn't know Terry Bollea and the man who said those things. I don't give a shit about Terry Bollea. I'm just here for the wrestling. So I was always able to separate artist and the art, I don't listen to, I don't care about Robert Kelly, but I still I believe I can fly. I still like the song, and it's a great song and all his music. With that saying, but now the public perception, Matt, when Hogan says those things, Hogan said it in private. The reason the stuff got out was because his friend, it was in his friend's house. His friend had a surveillance system. The surveillance system was, the house was burglarized, the surveillance system was stolen. And it was viewed, and they leaked it, the burglars. Oh shit, that's Hogan? Whatever.
Right,
it got
right,
leaked.
right.
So and they started the Gawker thing, because Gawker published it. Hogan's business, he becomes a multimillionaire for calling people that and all type of niggers and shit. Right, that's what he did. But so he kind of wins, and it's like Jesus Christ, boom.
It's inexcusable. The comments are inexcusable.
Right.
Right. Listen, can you separate the two? Listen. All right. Sure. It could be racist, whatever, whatever have you.
I don't give a shit that Hogan. I mean, I care. It's disappointing. But when he did that, I was 30 years old.
I mean,
you know what I'm saying? I don't live in the world.
It doesn't matter when he said it.
But it was disappointing. He said
it. It's extremely disappointing.
And he deserves every kind of criticism. And anyone talking shit about him now, I'm not gonna say, oh, don't say he's not a racist because he just showed himself.
No, for
so
sure.
I'm not going to defend him.
Actually, I'll be honest. I didn't even know, the comments. I remember we going back.
Black fans know. It doesn't really hit you like that.
Well, I never.
You don't watch wrestling.
I'm not big into wrestling anyway, so I wasn't aware. But remember, I started to question it. What was that last event? It was around the John Cena turning heel time where. I think it was the event after. It might have been like a Raw event where Hogan was featured. He came out and he got completely booed. Yeah.
That was the first thing. The comments in his friend's house, and it got leaked. And me, if you go to my families and stuff, and you stick around long, you hear some ill shit. That if they said it publicly, we would look real. You could demonize us. And people say things, and you've heard things in your family. We've heard everyone that shit in the house. People talk shit. And anyone, there's a way to talk publicly. There's a way to talk amongst your friends, and then there's a way the family talks.
Sure. I mean, we're not being racist behind closed doors, but
I mean, there's prejudice.
I can only speak for myself.
There's been prejudice shit. Yeah, I've heard prejudice shit, bro. Yeah. All right, so I mean,
maybe from my 95-year-old grandma who's like.
Right, that you see all the kind of fat, all the gay derogatory words you could ever hear. You've heard back in the day.
Did I ever tell you about that? My grandmother, my boy Kyle, he comes on the show every now and then. He used to come over to my house when I lived in Jackson Heights, and my grandmother, Italian American, being white, back from the old day, 1920s, she was she questioned me a couple of times. She's like, I don't know about him, I was like,
about who?
My boy, because he's black, I was like, oh my God, grandma, I'm like, what? She's like, yeah, we weren't allowed to hang out with those types,
Right.
Fucking grandma.
No, it's real though. It's real. Yeah. And I mean, you can't. Can you be mad? Can you paint her as it's fucked up? But That's the way that the world she come
I
from.
could be. I mean, you know, I get
That's
it.
the
but
way the
like,
world she came from.
Sure, but there was also non-racist people around that time, so you know, it's just
That's true.
It comes down to a humanitarian thing, bro. You have fucking morals, you know.
Yeah, you don't have to follow whatever people teach.
Look at what's going on in Gaza. Look at what's going. This is fucking the eradication of a fucking of an certain ethnic group, bro. It's a complete. They're trying to remove the Palestinians completely. They literally left to starvation.
They gave Netanyahu like a green light. You know, they rubbed his back and let him and pandered to Netanyahu for so long. Now he's running wild.
Yeah, it's the
now
worst
they can't stop him. Netanyahu's been getting his ass kissed by the West for fucking 12 years, man, at least. We've been kissing his ass and telling him it's all good. And he showed propension to be brutal and be just as brutal as the people he's going after or worse.
Yeah, for sure.
And he always says, "Oh, they threw a battery, so we blew him away with a fucking rocket launcher." That's how you go.
Anyway, I do have to get out of here, Dub. I apologize. You know, I would love to. We'll bring this topic up again. I don't want to cut it short.
Yeah, we definitely. I mean,
for the whole Hogan thing, and you know, listen, rest in peace, Ozzy Osbourne as well. Honorable mention.
Right.
Rest in peace, Chuck Mangione, New York native. Oh, yeah. All right, jazz legend. All right, just passed away recently. So they didn't come in threes; they came in fours this time. But goddamn, there's been a lot of celebrity death, and you know, as we get older, Dub, man, we're gonna see more and more of it. Right, a lot of people that was so prominent in our upbringing.
Yeah, man, these
really
people are my folks' age. These people are my folks' age and shit.
Yeah. So we're starting to see
it's really
that.
hit home. A lot of these people I looked up to. You know, I'm 46 now. A lot of these people I looked up to as a child. They were bigger than life. You know, Theo, Malcolm Jamal Warner, like Big Bro. You know, I mean, shown on TV, and I'm sure you can find one in your era. He was Big Bro on TV. You know, so
yeah.
And Hogan, forget about it. Hogan, man, forget it. Hogan, like shit. Like I said, he's like Jordan, and at one point he was like Jordan and Tyson. You know,
right.
And Gretzky, yeah, and even Michael Jackson at one point. You know, he was big, he was a huge rock star. He kind of squandered that, and then he wants to drop a leg on Kamala Harris. He comes out to the convention last year. He doubles down on it, but he's the legend.
Charlie Joe.
Even in his way out, his daughter, I didn't talk to my dad since 2023. Listen, sis, if the contract's not right, I can't do anything with you, sister. That's how you are.
Yeah. All right, folks. I got to get out of here. The little Charlie boy's getting hungry and squirmy. All right. I just want to say thank you for showing up. If you're watching in post, we appreciate you. Keep showing up. All right, Papa. Please
get ready to go to work,
follow,
man.
And subscribe. All right. Stay.
A little rushed today, Maddie B. A little rushed.
That's okay. Nothing wrong with that.
It's okay. Yeah, it's okay. I feel incomplete a little bit. I feel
Yeah.
like an R&B singer. I feel a little incomplete.
We're going to get to it. We're going to talk about it going forward. All right. Keep those notifications on so you get the alerts when we go live, and we'll try to keep you updated on all the socials. All right. I got to get out of here. Tend to the kids. Maeve, wave goodbye to the people. All right.
Bye, Maeve. Bye, Maeve.
All right. Oh, Charlie's farting over here. All right, Dub,
Nice.
any closing comments for the people?
Shit. I wish I had an idiot of the day to give it out to. We got to start getting that together.
I know we gotta continue to do that full of the day, but we can't do it now.
Yeah, we gotta
go.
No.
Gotta go.
That's all I got, man. That's all I got, man. Everybody have a great rest of your weekend. Happy Saturday. We'll see you guys soon. Hopefully tomorrow, Maddie. Maybe. No.
No. I will be in the woods and unreachable tomorrow.
All right, Elmer Fred.
Yes.
We're gonna speak Monday night.
I'm gonna go hike 20 miles in the woods with a friend of mine. So yeah.
All
Yeah.
right. Monday night then, guys.
Monday night, mental health with Epis. Maybe we get a sports show in. That's a possibility before the mental health. So stay tuned for that.
There you go.
And that's it. Keep showing up as always. Charlie needs is like, come on, Dad, let's go. All right, everybody. I love you. Keep showing up. Have a good Saturday.
Wake up! Is every number where it was? Has this dream stopped?
some kind of peace of mind. And hope you find some kind of peace of mind.
All right, everybody, all right. Thanks for showing up today. Again, if you're watching, prost. We love you. And we'll see you soon. It's your boy, Matty B, Epis Sports Radio. Got my boy, W. Dubois. Be easy. Enjoy your weekend.
Good night, everyone. Good day.